Hey all listeners, welcome back to the Final Fantasy VII Any% Cloud Solo, Cloud Only, No Encounters, Part 21 or Episode 21 if you want to call it that, and stuff that. So yeah, last time we left off, inside the Whirlwind Maze, and we had just defeated Yenovers and stuff that. But one thing we are gonna do here, I think, let's just go with Giga's omelet just because it's funny on her. That is just because we want to make sure that we can maybe use the dragon omelet on someone else, because basically we want Claude to be unequipped with pretty much everything and stuff that, so we can use it on like other characters and stuff that, And I'm not gonna equip her with the specific thing, right? Because we can change it, of course, once we quote unquote get to the next place where we need to go. So we need to hit both the analog sticks to equip to do no encounters, and we get the poison ring here. The poison ring is worth quite a lot, but the poison ring is also very useful in the whole encounter because it drains poison attacks and protects against poison. So basically, it gives you HP when you don't want to take damage. And theoretically, you could already now, for example, go in on exchange here and equip CAS, which is Counter Strike, which is Kate's hit, of course. And stuff that we could already now equip Kate's hit with stuff that we want to, but we are not going to do that. And last time we had to use, we were using both. I could have, of course, equipped Setup Coon, but like last time I should have actually done that. But we did equip like Haze and Knuckle on Tifa, and I believe we went with Fire Omelet on Tifa. We went with Fire Ring on Claude, or vice versa, basically. Stuff that we went on Fire Omelet with one of them, and then the other one went with the Fire Ring and stuff that. And then we had quote Dragon Omelet on Red 13. We bought the Dragon Omelet, and then we also had Elemental, and we had Elemental alongside Fire and stuff that. So yes. So Fire is actually very close on leveling up now, because Fire will always be very, very close to leveling up. So yes. So yes, let's sit here. And hopefully we could use a Mega Elixir as a 10th function there and stuff that. Of course, yes. Save here again, and hopefully we can get through here, because otherwise we're just gonna let the party wipe. If we don't get through here. That's a wipe. That's a wipe, yeah, that's another wipe. Yeah, we're not gonna bother here. Actually, basically, let's just do this so we can just kill the party. We just kill it with Dragon Fang. And then should just kill the party, boom. So we just need to do that if we get that thing, because I'm not gonna deal with that again, And you might say that, oh, that's what you should have done last time and stuff that. But then the main problem is, of course, is that the save was further away at that point and stuff that. So now it's just very easy, because now we've already picked up the poison ring, and we already have Claude equipped with bad, like Bronze Bangle there and stuff that, So we don't have to, see that. So yeah, there we go. I should have just waited slightly longer there before. But sometimes it is really hard to tell if it is windy or not there. And sometimes it is just so fucking stupid with how, because it can look like it's completely like still, and then you still get hit because of whatever reason. And I don't know if it is that this the screen has very bad, because this is an OLED model, and why this 4K, this OLED monitor, it is like bad hertz value. I forgot exactly what the hertz value is on this, but yeah. There's going to be a bunch of things that we're going to need to do with Tifa, by the way. You're not going to be able to get knights around like immediately though. Like normally you can actually do it immediately once you have T5 if you have enough money basically and stuff like that, because you can get all the chocobo's without any chocobo racing at all. But the guide that I wrote down is not without any racing basically and stuff like that, because I don't think that I wrote down it's actually showing you the truth and stuff that, you know. And the funny thing is, of course, is that Claude is there basically, is the guard that's actually lying there because, you know, and you could say that it's his mother that actually saved Claude and stuff that she carried Claude outside the house, but then she died basically from like the burn injuries or whatever it was. Because he's just trying to manipulate Claude and say, oh, Claude, you were created and blah, 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 and stuff like that. But that is just because, you know, he was injected with Genova cells, but that is what all like, soldiers get, like, injected with and stuff like that. And here you can actually menu here if you want to, like, do it already now at this point. Basically, you can go in and select it. But I believe that we can do that once we have reached another point. So, yeah. Because I do believe that once we get control over Tifa and Black and basically Barret as well eventually, so that first you actually get control Tifa and then you get to control Barret. And when you control Barret and you get to the same point, that's when you will be able to exchange, I believe. And then all the party members should be there. And stuff that's yes. Yeah, and I didn't record yesterday because I got very, very tired yesterday because I didn't like sleep well. Because the food I had eaten was very, very salty and like kind of sweet at the same time. Stuff that, so I had to drink like a shit ton of water and stuff that, and I kept like waking up several times and stuff that. This time when I was sleeping, I only woke up like twice. And the third time I woke up, I actually went up and stuff that, you know, properly and stuff that's it. Because there's a big difference, like, if you wake up like 5 times or 6 times when you're like sleeping and stuff that, it gets like really, really bad, like you will not feel like good at all, right? So I actually slept extra during the day yesterday as well, so I slept for like 4 hours during the day also at one point, like extra stuff that's, because if you feel like really tired, you shouldn't force yourself to like play games and stuff that, even if you really want to, you know, unless you're sick, of course, but oh, you lay in bed, funny. And of course, Tifa knows that what Separate is showing is the truth, of course, obviously. And the stuff he says here is actually affected by what you did during the prologue, during the con flashback, basically, and stuff like that. So, I played the piano, I looked in the drawers, I read the letter. And Claude, you never were a soldier. It's just that the clothes that he's wearing, of course, is Zack that actually dressed him in that, of course. So. And there are the weapons. And the one that's standing up there with the long neck or whatever is supposed to be like a weapon. And the thing is that he's holding basically something to the side there and stuff that, and that's kind of looks like Sapphire weapon a bit and stuff that, you know. But yeah, but it is weird with the where the eyes are that could opens up here and stuff that. But yeah. And of course, definitely right, we're probably gonna get to fight Sapphire Weapon in like the third part of the Final Fantasy remake. Oh yeah, but the fact that the eye is there Makes absolutely no sense if that is supposed to be like Ruby weapon or whatever, you know. Yeah, but it could just be that it's supposed to be something that's behind Ruby weapon and stuff that you're actually seeing the eye opening from, right? Because you have no like depth there and stuff to where what's actually going on. And here's the thing, one thing you could say that the reason why the illusions here are so powerful is because we're very close to where separatists and stuff that's why the illusions here are so powerful. And of course this is not separate either, this is just the whole, you know. Because the guy that you're actually chasing all the time that looks like separate is actually the guy with the number 2 tattoo, basically, and stuff you know. Or number 1 tattoo or whatever. Yeah. Where did you come from? I don't know. And he cannot hear here, of course. Stuff that. So it's like, herpy derp, can you give me a reflection TV? Yeah, I cannot hear Tifa basically because Separate casted silence on Tifa. But that's just because Hojo quote unquote gives numbers to everything he basically experiments on. But then of course why does Vincent not have a tattoo? But Vincent is not of course meant to be like a Sephiroth clone and stuff you know. Yeah, but it's basically that he's calling like via the Genova cells and stuff you know. But there are of course characters that were injected with a lot of like Genova cells and stuff and were experimented on, like Zack also got experimented on just like clothing, but Zack is kind of immune to the Genova cells for some reason, or he doesn't get like the same effect. And I don't know if it's ever explained or if it's like his will or whatever. His will is so strong, stuff that's up there. And this is the quote unquote real Sephiroth crystal all the time. A bit funny when you think about it, but he's in the crystal, you know, stuff that if you think about what crystal has meant in previous Final Fantasy games and stuff like that. You can kind of say that 3 plays is supposed to be like where the the wooden forest place in inside the thing. But you could also say that that crystal there is supposed to see the like the heart of the planet because that's kind of where you go down and face it. But that kind of looks like it's supposed to be like a heart or whatever. So yeah, for the black material, which looks more like it's particles. And of course, because meteor gets summoned, that's why the quote-unquote weapons active, or the weapons go active. Because you can see the crystal falling down there first. Stuff that's it. So you see sapphire weapon first. That is just sapphire weapon, and he has some sort of thing that he launches away with. And goes diamond weapon next. There's the ultimate weapon. Like, oh, I can fly. Wow, wow, wow. Totally. This is totally Godzilla. Just but and he's also gonna fly and be like, oh, look at me, I can fly. Simply like, oh, what's here? She said, oh no, my boobs are too big, boink. And then we see that's also like sapphire weapon, emerald weapon. There's also another weapon that you get to see there, which you don't know what it is. So it's basically two weapons there. There's one that is supposed to be the something else that looks kind of like sapphire weapon, but it's not sapphire weapon. It almost looks like it's a larva or a snake-like thing. So that's a weapon that's unaccounted for, and then there's another one there. There's two weapons that you don't like get to fight there. Also, and of course the red sapphire weapon. Because you can see how that thing looks, because that is also fish-based and stuff like that. But I'm guessing then there was supposed to be another fish-based or something like that, or I don't know where that was supposed to be, because there is something that clearly looks like a worm-esque thing, or whatever, stuff like that. So yeah, there are two weapons that you never get to fight, and I don't know if those weapons even have names, because you can clearly tell there, which is the emerald weapon and which is a weapon. But then there is one that looks like a snake thing, which is also like very, very lightish purple or whatever it is. And then there's another one that you don't even get to see what it is at all. So that because it's just a very, very short frame and stuff that. And then it makes it look like the old movie here, even though it's just raining and stuff that it kind of makes it look like the old movie with the whole, like, because the rain kind of looks like black lines and stuff that. So, the thing that fixes him here, because you have to keep in mind that at this point he's like super gay, super like makeup poisoned at this point still and stuff that. But then it's the fact that he gets in contact with Tifa and stuff that, and then the Genova cells make up like the memory and stuff that, like they change, his memory and stuff that. So yeah. You can say that he can ask like the brain fog thing, stuff that. And the dog is, I don't trust you, bork bork. He just walks that cloud, of course, obviously. So yeah. Oh, yeah, and there were things that he know that he shouldn't know and stuff that. That's how it all started with the whole avalanche. Oh, let me give you a job. Because they say how long Tifa slept here. What is it like? Is it one? Because it's more than just like 2 days or whatever, right? Like she slept for like, what is it, like 1 or 2 weeks? I think it is that they say. I'm gonna actually try and pay attention to the dialogue here. Because there's a lot of dialogue in this game, of course, that you might not remember all the dialogue and stuff like that if you haven't read it in a while. So yeah. Ding! Gratz. Saluda, babe. The glare, yeah, it becomes very bright because he hasn't used their eyes for a long time. You've been asleep for a long time. I'm hungry. Yeah, 7 days. Okay, so it's 1 week exactly. And of course, if you check here now, for example, you can check, for example, that that bronze bangle is not available now. You can see how the dragon that is available there, because if you scroll down here, for example, you can see that it's not available. Stuff that's yeah. So the question is, what do we equip Barrett with? Because keep in mind that the thing that we equip, Tifa with is what Tifa will quote unquote escape with, because Tifa is out of action, of course, when Claude is out of action and stuff that as well, like later on and stuff that's yeah. So you have to think about and stuff that, like, do we use Dragon Armlet on him? Because yeah, technically Dragon Armlet does have the highest defense at this point. And stuff that, because Dragon Armlet has 58, but Diamond Bangle is technically better because of the defense percentage. But yeah, actually let's go with Rome Armlet is technically better for armor wise. Rome Armlet is actually kind of the best. Although I do think we could do it with the default setup here. But I think that the only thing we would need is actually the enemy skill here to actually kill it. And stuff that. So we're gonna try and see if this works and stuff that. Because we don't have the thing, we didn't get the thing that increases the magic by 10. And stuff that, we did not get that. So yeah. How high is his magic stat? His magic stat is only 29. So yeah, it could be crazy here. Stuff that, but we will see. Because all of the enemy skills there has the same, except for this one that only has two. It only has a magic breath. We could have, of course, gotten way more stuff at this point. We could have easily gotten like bad breath and stuff that, but yeah. So let me check here if we can equip. Yeah, counter strike is there. So you can equip him at that point. So yeah. Of course, he won't have access to the bronze bangle at this point, and stuff that's yeah. So I don't know if it's good to have her with Giga's Omelette and stuff that, and use like disappear with Giga's Omelette and stuff that, because I don't think we should need extra strength for it. Whatever we will see here. Yeah, we just need to make sure that Barrett is in the back row and stuff that. Yeah, because I don't want to have to waste up the Dragon Fang here and stuff that. So yeah, with the low lightning and stuff that, because yeah, it's Dragon Fang, right? Yeah, we still have it. Good. And it is like, hell yeah, let's give you execution so your voting numbers go up. I will try your arms now. Let's just doing some shuffling. Okay, so now we have that. We exchange here. Counter Strike. We go with. Luck Plus. Magic Plus. Long range. Steel. Enemy skill. And it should be this enemy skill specifically, and then we go use the material. Yeah, let's just get a few more materials here. I think that should do it. I'm just checking so that it's the right enemy skill that we took it. That's good. So all of the enemy skills are out, or all material is rather at 2 slots there, so yeah. So we, let's just put her back as well here. I can't get back to costume. I believe that it should still be powerful enough, but yeah, but the fact that Barrett only has 1 slot is pretty bad and stuff like that, so yeah. Might have been a mistake though. I should have actually saved on the other slot, because it is possible that this encounter is just impossible with this setup here and stuff like that, if Barrett doesn't kill it in 1 hit and stuff like that, so yeah. But of course, Barrett has really bad defense also as well, just because of the fact that I'm only allowing Bronze Bangle here. But he still has 44 defense. How much does he have? She only has... She has 94, yeah, because he has on it. So that's, yeah. But you don't get to use her in battle here, so that's why it doesn't matter what I have equipped on her and stuff, that's, yeah. Is everyone here? I should have looked up how many elixirs we have, by the way, left. Stuff there, because eventually we're gonna have to go and get more elixirs as well, or elixirs. Because keep in mind also that we shouldn't need to get like Crystal Sword the first time we are at Medieval and stuff there, because that's kind of waste of money and stuff there to do it the first time we're there and stuff there. We are of course gonna get Crystal Bangle as well eventually and stuff there. And we do need to get Contain, of course, once we go to visit Medieval and stuff there, because yeah, there are several things that we need to do. For example, we need to go and play the piano, we should go to the weapons approaching battle stations. Oh no, it's working wrong. Good. Normally, normally when you get Kate's hit here, he doesn't have anything equipped and stuff. That's so I keep that in mind. Some pretty automatic breath use kills them immediately. That was worth for nothing there. Kate's hit does take quite a lot of damage on their automatic breath. And it should just one-shot them. But it does not one-shot them. Should maybe change battle speed here. Might win Magic Death. Hopefully he will still be alive at this point. No problem. And that gets Barrett up to level 20, and we have 40,000 here. And we just go do this remove all, arrange. So you saw how little damage he did there, for example, stuff that. So Critical Course is really tanky here and stuff that. So it also has quite a bit more defense as well, and quite a bit more magic attack as well. So. But yeah, that could have ended up being really bad here. So we have the 7 elixirs still, that is good. Actually, we didn't need to change the gear at all, and it was good stuff that we had here. Because now there shouldn't be any more encounters, basically. And of course, yes, we are going to go and recruit Yuffie as well and stuff that. And when we recruit Yuffie, we are going to do it with when we have Tifa, I believe. But it doesn't matter when you do it, if you do it with when you have Sidu, when you have Tifa and stuff that, because yeah. Because it should just go with Seed's level or with Claude's level, right? Even when you don't have Claude in the party, right? I hope that that's how it does. Because otherwise, if it just goes with regular party rules, then that would be bad. But I'm pretty certain that it takes Claude's level and changes it and stuff like that. Which is why, of course, which is why we wanted to get both Vincent late and Youth late. And the reason for that is, of course, because that will make the train section easier. Because the train section is going to be interesting. To say the least, the train section is going to be interesting. And of course, in best case scenario, we don't need to change the equipment at all and stuff like that. So Sid will just have whatever his default equipment is and stuff like that. Because yeah, you know. And the Golden God crater supposedly that's near where Cold the underwater reactor is. That Cold crater is actually supposed to be a sapphire weapon and stuff like that. So. It's an open art in the universe. Fish. That's the only time when you actually get to see those green soldiers, because you have actually never get to fight them. Stuff like that, because yeah. And actually you don't get to see like rocket launcher style soldiers either in the game and stuff like that. They clearly have them and stuff like that, you know. Because that would have been so cool, like with like a rocket launcher like style enemy and stuff like that, like use Shinra MPs and stuff like that, because yeah. Because of course certain Shinra MPs are like a lot stronger. There are definitely different ranks when it comes to the Shinra, like military police, that you can go up in the ranks of that too and stuff like that. That's the guy that's just scared, that just gets rescues the wrong thing. He gets hit by tide all the way. Yes! I've already pushed the switch. run to the airport. Normally you can get a lot of like really bad encounters here. And he used to start to stand up. Oh, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm firing my laser. You can't even talk to the bot guy. And then you just get teleported over here. Stop that. And look, it's the sun. It's the sunken Galika plains. Yeah, they are very, very big by the way. Of course, they could have just climbed down there as well. Oops, right, and you do actually do right, so you hit triangle first and then you hit the X and triangle thing. Oops. And then triangle or square, right? Is it triangle and it is triangle and square. Get it correct the first time and then it's just like you just do square. This button stops the gas. Aha, this button stops the gas. Oh, in the remake, they're gonna remove all her clothes before they put her in place. This weapon, you can see how it has gills there. And mouth beam, hyper beam. And then it specifically opens for teeth. And one thing that you could say, because of the fact that Claude was there and stuff, that one thing that I've always thought is that somehow some of the weapons somehow carries Claude's consciousness, something like that Claude's consciousness is inside some of the weapons, and that's why it does like help with things and stuff that. And I always thought that when Dahmer weapon shot against Midgar and stuff that, and you clearly see the president get like taken out and stuff that, which of course he survives because in Elven Children you see that Rufus has still survived and stuff that. But then, for example, I always thought that the eyes that it shows there is not supposed to be Rufus' eyes, but instead it's supposed to actually be Claude's eyes, because Claude's eyes are more blue. I think the color of quote unquote his eyes are supposed to be different because he's fully healed here. And stuff like that, yeah. Of course, if we would have had enough time there and we would have used one thing you can do here is you can use weight, because this doesn't, you don't get an encounter here. Stuff that they cannot actually catch you. Stuff that. Yeah. You can see they use stop there. For example, there's not like oh, they will catch you and stuff that, you know, like you can use all that there. Like, yeah, they use weight. They're literally letting you get away. It's actually pretty funny. Stuff that when you show like they had no intention of actually capturing her and stuff that, you know. And then it already has the Sister Ray text on it and stuff that, even though it hasn't. You just don't call it make or can, you call it the Sister Ray. Like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, but the funny thing is, when you look at how large the cannon is actually supposed to be, there's no way that she actually managed to run to the very end of the cannon. Let's have Tifa lose the slap fight because it doesn't matter. You know, if it's gonna keep Tifa gets the slap. In the remake, they're going to slap their butt cheeks instead. It's less basic. I will just clap them cheeks out. And the fact that Shinra used allows them, or that Shinra used allows them to like, steal the high one is actually really fun. Like, definitely, I do think that if in the remake what contains they're going for the whole obviously the high one at that point, that there should be a boss there basically or something that actually guards the high line and stuff that. But they might say, but they don't have a party member that can fly it. But it is supposed to be that actually it's Kate's that actually flies it and not like Sid or whatever. He flies it for a while at least, you know. Yeah. But it's never explained like where the other party members are. Where it's like Red 13, where was Sid? Was Sid just hiding on the highway all the time or whatever, you know? You can enter the chocobos that place here. How do I raise a chocobo? I don't know much about that. Chocobo ranch near Midgard, that's how you could find out. But I mean, you will have already visited that place, but maybe you have forgotten about it, you know, and stuff that, like, there was a lot of, like, thoughts like that, you know. So we go speak to Sir Captain C. It's funny how it's called B2, like, that is supposed to kind of be like a lower floor and stuff that, where the actual place is here in the cockpit and stuff like that. Not enough to. Says this like deep in North crater where the ground cracked and swallowed him up. Where deep in the depth of the underground. The live stream sometimes goes south from the cracks in the ocean floor to the surface. I heard about such things. I gotta taste this more. And that's of course where you will be and she would be like, blah, I'm gonna puke all over this machine. You're like, oh no, don't puke on machinery. Blah, I'll puke. Not to flaps over here. Thank you for your well done. So we use him, and then we use, we need to use Kit It, because those are the highest levels that we currently have. Let's hold on to give some things like that, yeah. The Emperor's Law. Let's just double. I was just back. Yes, just double check so the XP is correct here. Yes, we're from the fucking complete 2021. So I had the full ladder 2021 with 322.4. So. I mean, the fact that we're still now like under 15 hours is crazy, crazy all things considered and stuff like that. Growth. And then you start here, of course, just right, the fact that they just didn't try and pursue, you know, and stuff that we're just like floating over there and being like blah 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 on the ship, and they could have intercepted us with like the plane and stuff that, but Shinra's just like, nah, let's just let them get away. And here, by the way, if you go here, for example, you can buy things here. Is Javelin the double? Yes, it is. His better double like growth weapon. I think Javelin was his best double growth, technically. So that's how you can see there. Maybe we will use the Javelin just for a thing here. Let's see if we didn't negotiate the price, because otherwise the price would have gone up here. Yeah, because I don't have enough money to trigger the dialogue there and stuff like that, because Because now he sells the 8-slot weapons here, so he says Solid Bazooka, Centipede, Spiral Shuriken, Long Barrel Ore, Gold Megaphone, and that is it. So you wonder like, oh, where is Tifa's 8-slot weapon and stuff like that, and now they also sell S-Mines here and stuff like that. So again, at this 4 points for example, still Case and Knuckle for 7,500, he sells Javelin for 2,750 there, and stuff like that, so so do we do that? No, of course. Yes. And I really, really want to keep Javelin though. Right, and the reason why we sell it is because we won't be using Tifa. Instead of that, I should have actually waited with selling it there. I should have been using Case and Knuckle for the next encounter that we're gonna redo, or eventually when we're gonna do it. Not for the youth encounter or whatever, right? But yeah, you know. There's something else to want to sell, right? And Elixir's only sell for 1 year. And Enhanced Sword is worth 6,000 there, but yeah, but Enhanced Sword they don't sell anywhere and stuff like that, you know. So if you sell the Enhanced Sword, you never be able to get it back. How much did it sell for, by the way? If I go on check on Enhanced Sword, yeah, that is 6,000 for that. So. And the reason why we would want to have Javelin, of course, is just because of it being double and stuff like that. Because yeah, do we have enough tranquilizers left? Yeah, we do have 80 tranquilizers left. So. Because there's going to be a few things that we need to do now and stuff like that. Yeah. Let's go here, and yeah, and you can see that the whole thing is here. For example, you can see that the thing is here at the creator and stuff like that. like you say, like, what the hell was that? It came passing like a powerhouse. And this is basically what a glacier is. That basically you can leave from here. Basically, this is the entrance to it and stuff like that. So if you go there with a chocobo, you can get there. Even I believe on disc 3, you can actually get there as long as you have a certain type of chocobo. But yeah. But the real way that you quote unquote are supposed to find out about where the cloud is, well, you can have heard about Midil earlier and stuff like that, and because obviously you can tell where the locations are on the map because all the locations are already shown here on the map. This is not very good because this TV is very bright and stuff like that, but generally TVs back in the day were darker. You could clearly see that you clearly figured out very, very quickly. The first time you looked at the map, you clearly figured out, okay, all of these dots is a location and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't necessarily always need to be a city or whatever, but yeah. For example, they still have the same things here, like this shop does not change. So you still have organics here, you still have Dragon Claw for Tifa, for example. Started in Lariat and Master Axe, and then you have Tents and High Potions. Again, 47,000 might sound like a lot, but it's not a lot at all. And actually, it's in that you go to. And I believe all the inns should now be more expensive, correct? Aren't they? No, still on the 200. But then you go in here. And this guy's still gonna be in the toilet. Yeah, 8 hot springs. I'm still in here, alright. Let's go to that island in the south. What was it called? Yeah, I heard there's a town called Midil on the southern island. Because I mean, it technically doesn't say that. Oh, that's where like people wash up or whatever, and stuff like that. Because yeah. There's some interesting dialogue here you can have with other things, though. Yeah. The reason the drop in temperature must be because of that double light at the northern limits. You should get away from here and go to a place like Midil Island in the south. And I forgot, do they have any special dialogue in here? Oh, there's a doctor on a southern island somewhere. So you learn, okay, there's a doctor there. That's interesting, right? I never... Right, and this is just a... And you can still, quote unquote, go down there. Like, it's not that, oh, it's too dangerous or whatever. That doesn't happen yet. That, I believe, doesn't happen until Disc 3, actually, and stuff that, where they don't allow you to go there. And stuff that, so yeah. Keep that in mind. Right. And now we want to go to... actually, I do think we actually want to go to... No, actually... We could do this, basically. Because this is kind of the smartest thing to do here. Because I believe this store should have it. Yes, the store has it. Just get that cheap Mithril armlet for 350. And just equip that to Tifa instead. So that then you only lose out on a Mithril armlet. And you don't lose out on anything else there and stuff like that. So, stuff like that. Because that makes it so you don't lose out on anything good and stuff like that when you could go. And yes, she has a bit of a stronger armor now instead of only having the bronze thing and stuff like that. Because, yeah. Right. So just do that. Technically, there are some other stuff we could get at another chapter in Yuma and stuff like that. Because now we need to go to I think you can already get the stuff in Rocket Town at this point. It should already show up in Rocket Town and stuff. we can also do the blind piano thing, I believe, as well. So, let's just make sure that we save. Yes. And then you have S-minus here as well. You have goal on it here, and you have an ED code here. And now you also have peace reading here, and you have a safety bit as well here. You have talisman, and you have healing there as well. So the eating code is of course not bad, because if you say check out the eating code, you can see that the eating code has 8 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, it's 7 slots actually. It's not 8 slots, it's 7 slots. Because it's the wizard that has 8, yeah. It's on the wizard bracelet. So that's what it is, a 4th bracelet. A 4th bracelet is of course pretty insane because of the fact that yes, it has 100, it has perfect magic defense, stuff like that, and then it has pretty high defense. Now the defense percentage isn't the highest thing in the world, same thing with its magic defense percent, but I believe the 4th bracelet also gives you quite a good magic stat, not as good as wizard bracelet does, but it does give you a good magic stat. Let's check, was there any more treasures? I believe there should be a treasure in more buildings at least. Is it available already though? She's trying to get a huge material from Corel and Fort Combo. There are 4 left. So they're transporting them here. I don't think you're gonna get the Venus Gospel already, because that would be pretty busted if you could already get Venus Gospel now. They only have an item shop, and you can get high potions, you can get things now, you can get these here. And instead of barrier exits time throw is available here now as well. In Death Blow, manipulate. Yeah, and here you can get a guard source. So you can get some sauce here. Some delicious guard sauce. You can talk to Shara here as well. There's nothing in here, and then you cannot go there because it's locked. You cannot get another tiny bronco, sadly. And let's see, do I know any good locks? Yeah. And this is the treasure chest, I believe, that can change. I have something else, except I forgot what it's supposed to be. There's a lot of people would think that, oh, you get another 4th bracelet there, but you don't. I forgot exactly what it was in the chest that it changes into. Shanghai. Shanghai. It's supposed to be after the turtle enemy, by the way. That's it. Just double checking everything here. And that's should be everything. Because we did check this house as well. We did. So hope you all have enjoyed part 21 here, and I'll be right back with part 22.